on the show. Saving the Great Barrier Reef.
This is just part of the solution. We have to restore coral populations, but we also have to manage climate change.
And RV adventures in the States. And a long weekend in London, our global gurus got tips for your trips. Australia's Great Barrier Reef is enormous. It's about the size of Italy, and you can see it from space. Around 10% of all fish species live here. As a diver, there aren't many places that can beat it. Due to increased water temperatures, there's been several mass bleaching events here in the Great Barrier Reef. 2016 and 2017 especially. Couple that with a severe tropical cyclone, and up to 80% of the reef was affected. For myself, an ocean lover, it's very worrying. But there are stretches, like here on the southern part, that still thrive. Schools of fish, rays, sharks, and turtles are all abundant. How perfect is that? Billions of little tiny jewels. They were chromis?
Yeah, green chromis.
It's incredible down there, Rachel. Wow. Rachel Jones has worked in these waters for 18 months now. The Marine Park authorities have rewarded her efforts by giving her Master Reef Guide status. So tell me about the health of the reef we saw down there today.
It's very healthy. There's just so much diversity here. I mean, up there, it's suggested 900 years old.
Wow.
So it's just coral that's died off and built up over time.
What are some of the main threats facing the Great Barrier Reef?
So we're all aware of the threats of the reef, you know, the rising sea surface temperatures, ocean acidification, we're all aware of it. But we need as many people as we can to see the Great Barrier Reef, because they're going to fall in love with it, as you have, and then they go home and protect the Great Barrier Reef and all the reefs in the world.
But then if more people are coming here, there's more people flying, and therefore more carbon emissions. Isn't that bad for the reef?
We need as many people as we can to see the reef, and you know, they can choose sustainable options. And every person that visits the Great Barrier Reef pays an environmental levy, so they're playing a part every time they come.
There's some fun for me! There's been a significant breakthrough this year that has seen new life brought back to dead and dying reefs. One night a year, the coral simultaneously release millions of eggs and sperm into the waters. It looks like a massive underwater snowstorm. Professor Harrison has set about capturing that spawn and relocating it to areas that need it most. Okay, what's the plan?
Okay, Mike, so what we're going to do is I'm going to ask you to take these calipers and just go down and measure the coral.
He measures the new coral regularly and has found that it's been thriving, but he's also found that after 3 years, it's sexually reproductive, triggering a domino effect of regeneration. Can you tell us a bit about the breakthrough you've made?
Yeah, so what we've been doing is some really exciting research. One of the innovations that we've just trialled in the Philippines is using an underwater robot, which we've called Luna, the larval bot. And Luna is helping us deliver literally millions of coral larvae onto really degraded reef systems. And the really exciting news is that we've got to hectare scales, which means we can start to think about large-scale restoration using this larval technique on reefs all around the world, including the Great Barrier Reef. This is just part of the solution. We have to restore coral populations, but we also have to manage climate change.
If you're thinking about coming here, but you're afraid you might cause it further harm, here's some tips we think might help. For most of us, a trip to Australia means a very long flight, resulting in lots of carbon emissions. You can mitigate that by paying a little extra to carbon offset your flight, using one of the many reputable schemes available, but also consider your flight plan. Many routes will take you into Sydney first, with a return shuttle to Cairns. That means more time in the air, so try to find a more direct route. Wear sunscreen that's considered reef safe. It should be fairly easy to find in shops once you're in Australia. Some of the ingredients commonly found in regular products are considered toxic to the coral. Also, after you put your sunblock on, wait for at least half an hour before entering the water to stop many of the chemicals from washing straight off you, causing even more damage to the marine life. When you're in the water, watch what you're doing with your body. Picking up, touching, and disturbing the coral is a definite no-no. But beware also accidental damage, particularly with your flippers. And when you're choosing a tour operator, make sure you look for one that works in a sustainable way. Look for the Eco Certification badges, which are recognized by the Marine Park Authority. Badge holders have proven they operate to very high standards and that they go above and beyond when it comes to protecting the reef.